against the ESL News ladies. They might have lost that series, but they dominated. It was like 13-3 or 13-4 or something. Like, they can have these games where they look unplayable at times. And yeah, Imperial can't be afford to be caught slipping here, because I know it's been a long day for them in the office, but Dallas is on the line. Imperial can take down DMS here. They book a spot at our LAN finals.
Well, speaking of Ancient, here we go then. We saw how good DMS were, as you said, against CS2 News ladies. Now it's time for them to replicate it against the world's best. 4 players starting off over at B, just taking control in towards Shelf, but also a mirror image. Imperial have got 4 stacked here immediately, and they've got triple set up in Cave.
This is like my kind of pistol. Stack B. Smoke walk through mid could be a late element, but Zaz, she's not even really meant to be the one that finds success here. It's the double Beretta set up in a crossfire, and yeah, you cannot undo that. 23 takes down both. There is this play here, but Tori spotted Avaruna. Nice shot. Bombs in Cave. And so they made the call just to try and overwhelm Sasha, make sure that they've only got the one player that they have to fight. Avaruna has to try and see if she can find 3 separate heads. P250 in hand. Time on the clock to work with. And a nice first tap onto Zaz. Standing a bit out in the open there, but now the wide swing from 23, a 3K in the pistol.
Yeah, and the thing that you're going to notice quite a lot when watching Imperial, even compared to last season, is where they've had all this experience now playing against tier 1 competition. Their fundamentals, they were good already, but they've got even better. And that split decision to fight ramp and say, okay, we've killed all of the B players. We know one's probably thrown all the utility. We saw the smoke fly over, and then Avarona's isolated towards Red Room. You got to pick a fight. You can't let the T's dictate the tempo. So it's a triple swing and then a double swing. Some good shots in the end from Avarona, but Imperial ultimately always in control. 23 got a triple in that pistol, and now she's going to be tested over at A.
She's all alone here. Incendiary drop, but it's a CT Incendiary, so, you know, they're just going to try and rock with it, and they don't get too far. 1 kill comes through for Kitsuna. Scoops up that M4. She'll be dealt with easily by Anna. So 23 off to a flying start. Jill's well with the pistols.
It's not bad, is it? 2 rounds, 354 ADR. You couldn't have asked for a better start for our Kadia player to watch. And look, that was just the eco. DMS are going to have basically everything at their disposal. Sure, there's not going to be all the AKs in the mix. There isn't going to be an AWP for Kitsuna, but you've got enough utility. And you want to take the fight potentially in towards mid. That double nade does a lot of damage on towards Tori early, and they've not even fought for mid. They've just surely used utility. That's
a really cool double nade just to catch the player trying to cross Donut. But Anna, yeah, that smoke not quite on the money, but at least the trade will be there. And again, Tori very low, but they're going to rotate another player over. So a lot of bodies lying in wait. Zaz, the only defender on the B side. She'll tease her presence. Tori pushes the smoke. Was there a flash?
I don't think so.
Trying to catch the timing. 23. Nice off angle to get one back.
I suppose you can make that play because you've got player advantage. You've got 23 so close, so at least there is a trade. You still keep it in contention here for Imperial to have the advantage. For DMS, that's info. You saw Zaz over at Cave. You now know that 23 was lying in wait over at A, but this is really clever from Imperial. A mid-crunch confirming the info that, hey, DMS have to be either back at A main, so you can start this quick flank for both Cat and 23 to go around main, and Zaz is just occupying B doors just in case they've gone all the way around into spawn.
Ulis has a powerful position if they can get the bomb down. That's the real question here. Avarona's consent. Oh, Molly will help out, but a counter one thrown, and she'll get it down, but it comes at a serious cost. 23 up close. Can't actually get that second. It's a low HP player that survives. Sentry thrown out, but fairly ineffectual. Nice flashbang and nice shot too, but run down by Cat. Comes down to the final player. Imperial will pull off the retake.
Actually very based from Avarona just to commit to the plant. and get that down, at least confirm the money. And then the double swing coming back in from A main was well timed. Unfortunately, 23 is just on an off angle. But Averona, in these 1vx situations, is still making a name for herself. Still making the rounds feel possible for DMS, even though they really shouldn't be. So Imperial do have to be a little bit on edge, a little bit cautious here. Because with that bomb down, they have been able to get Galils, have been able to get Tech 9s, and Averona yet again just wants to apply the squeeze onto Imperial in middle. It's Sosha that gets the opener. It's 23 that's overrun, a pathway to Donut, and Zaz has at least found a couple of kills on the way forward. Anna's now trying to hold in with the AWP. It's a good first shot, and she gets out. Low HP, and Cat on the flank immediately.
They're not ready for Cat to be here so quickly. Averona has to do it all. Up over the top, though. Catch that, Anna. Knows that Cat was right behind her. How does she want to play this? A smoke down. Sentry as well. Cat trying to play behind it. Out in the open, Cat wins another one of these 1v1s versus Averona. I feel like DMS, they'd done enough to get through, but that really fast flank from Cat catches them off.
Yeah, and Zaz, the fact that, the thing is, Zaz is always going to push the cave smoke. She's always going to swing in towards heaven. They were already diligent of it in the previous round, DMS. But here they didn't want to waste their time in. After Sosha and Averona got the kill, you think Ulis could be the perfect spoiler to this plan, but never expecting that second one in from Cat. And the fact that Anna stays alive for just enough puts Cat ahead of that play.
That was
just Tech 9s, yeah.
I've fallen foul to that mid play before with the Tech 9 scaling close there.
It's really common in Face It at the moment. It's just so horrible to deal with.
We were having an awful time yesterday.
True. Oh, time in.
Oh, Anna catches Kitsuna just searching with that AWP. This has been incredibly mid and A focused thus far from DMS. Might be time for them to start looking over towards the B site. Cat crawls down close. Saz, up on heaven, is peering down to support. A lot of utility has been expended from the CTs. They have nothing to stop these players. One incendiary and a flash, all that remains. No one on B has anything.
Yeah, so that's why Cat's playing anti-flash. Zaz tucks into a corner, and then off the back of the contact, you would hope that Cat would come in, or at least Zaz gets one kill. In fact, neither find any success. So now this bomb can be planted. They can scale in. The flashbang doesn't affect Anna in terms of her finding a frag. And you still got 23 on the active. Look, and Anna just pushes the smoke. Why on earth would you expect that from Anna? And now Jammy, in a blink of an eye, all her teammates evaporated. Trying to make this 1 versus 2 happen. Denies the ace of Anna. But where is 23? Already in the ramp. And that's the last place you expect her to be. And it's once again, Imperial just putting the round out of a hat. You feel like DMS should have had 3 of these by now.
Yeah, that's just round after round. That's just come down to one Imperial player staying alive, and Anna just pulls off daylight robbery, pushing the short smoke. Sure, she gets one. That's kind of fair enough, catching them off guard. But the fact that she's able to deny the bomber there that's on default, that's like a headshot through the edge of the wall. Check that out. What? It's like last bullet and she's fading away.
Hard. And now it starts to get a little bit tricky. SMG violence in cave, and this time DMS do not walk away with the kills. A 2-player opening sequence for Imperial. Mid control established, cave control established, no control. Gathered back for DMS, and Zaz is still fighting forward alongside Tori. Like, what can you do? There is nothing you can do to stop this onslaught of pressure. Kitsuna hoping to get one with the Deeg, and that's all she'll take as a consolation prize. Imperial keep the slate clean, and that was the most dominant yet.
Yeah, finally they can actually build up some money because they have been kept on the knife's edge thanks to how close DMS have brought these rounds. Yeah, this is what you expect from Zaz, running through that smoke. Looking to try and get up aggressive. Cat spots her from short, the wide swing out, and Cat will collect the first. The flames were behind Ulis. She had nowhere to go.
Gosh. It's only a little bit of damage, but Zaz has effectively just spammed all 3 of these players and escapes to the second portion of Cave. Sosya and Jammy will assume that control, at least for the meanwhile. 23 is cleared, elbow, but Averona is right behind her. There should be a way back in towards mid, but you still have to account for Tori and Donut. Oh, never mind.
23 looks back. The timing is going to be terrible for our Averona. Yeah, that's so unlucky. And Averona, well, that's... Oh, my goodness. 23 looking for a 4th, and the HE might even get it done. Not quite deep enough, but the swing down from Rab will. Might have been luck on the first onto Averona, but the follow-up too were pure skill.
That was so well played. Like, it's such a horrible angle to try and clear if you're Heaven players looking down in towards that box. Because you know 23 is in there, but she's got, weirdly, all of the advantage, because snapping your mouse all the way down to deal with that angle is horrible. And it's just a micro adjustment. It's the immediate movement out of the corner. You completely divert the expectation for DMS of where 23 is going to be. She still has 200 ADR after 7 rounds.
Ah, that's just like, it's such a poor timing because Averona plays so well around the rocky pile to try and like catch that timing on a pushing player, but her regress is just a little too late into middle. And it's 23's decision, right, to not to scale Heaven despite having all this space. It's just to tuck in and wait. See if there is going to be that lurk that comes out, even though you've just walked from that position.
And what's damning is the fact that these rounds have been close, and then suddenly Imperial, they just make them look like they're always in control. These last few rounds have been a non-contest. You got this double setup, but Anna is now diverted. Her responsibility was to look in towards Donut. And look, Tori stays alive, which is great, but Anna's now dropped. Flashbang forward, and Tori just pushes beyond it. Doesn't let it affect her and gets 2 quick headshots. Zaz is there as well, because of course she is. And no matter where you go for DMS, it feels claustrophobic.
That's the sort of swing I do as in Tori's position there, but I just don't control my shots like that. She just wide swing. She has like, what, 10 bullets left at that moment, misses the first few, and then is able to readjust with a quick little couple of taps to get that second kill. Craziness. This has been a very quick half thus far, and Anna looking to continue the pace with a boost up onto Heaven. Smokes are everywhere though. She doesn't actually see too much, Zaz. Just run and gun in, and Elo Sosya low. Sosya will swing out, but Tori's here, not ready for the second. Some space gathered, but still a lot of CTs to converge. Zaz punishes, and there's a trade back. It is pure carnage in middle. Every player that falls is on that portion of the map, and Jammy realizes there's space to be had. Cat is in the cave. Anna slowly prowls up. Is she scoped in? That's the question. Yes. Misses the chance.
Oh, this is so well played from Cat. Because, look, if one player is on the site and the other one isn't planting, that means the other one has to be here. Deals with Kitsuna, leaves Jammy alone. Really good communication between Cat and Anna. And then these small adjustments as well. And Cat has now slid in towards the cutout. And Jammy can't even find her. A brilliant sequence and just a really clear example of communication in the middle of the round, because Cat is in the first stage of cave, just says to Anna, can be up ramp, can be long, I don't know. (9-0).
It'd be something poetic if they could pull off the 13-0 after having a rough time earlier versus Complexity.
True.
I'd like to see it. Sometimes you're just fueled, you know, off a bad game. You're like, I just need to get kills. We just need to run them down. I do give up an opening death here. With no possibility to get anything back. 23's again playing a little tricky corner. Flash will come forward. Averona dodges and is able to control against Zaz with the Tech 9. The jump up from 23 finds success. She's ready for this swing from Sosya. Almost gets caught off dropping the smoke, but with Cat falling, that's the space on B. And Brandon, as soon as I say it, as soon as I mention the possibility, of course it cannot happen.
This is why you don't say it.
I know. It's been looking so good. It was a half buy. I thought, yeah, this is surely the 10th. And honestly, it still could be. Maybe not. If 23 got that kill.
Oh.
Anna's seeing. Never mind. There we go. On the board.
Yeah, that was actually a fun little scenario of Imperial getting a little bit too complacent. Just jumping up heaven willy-nilly. Zaz just swinging through towards Jaguar.
Me when my nillies are too willy.
I don't really know how to respond to that, to be honest.
Let's just take this tactical timeout to mentally reset. All right. The DMS pull one out. That's off punishing the aggression of Imperial. Don't know if that's too replicable, though.
If anything, Imperial are just going to rush them harder. That's the normal response.
Yep. 3 in mid.
Oh, that's a really good nade set.
I really want to push that molly.
There's the push, and it's harder. Unlucko. He had to immediately go back towards B doors to get the bomb, which means Sosya has to give up the mid control she was trying to fight for. You're right, that was so wild from Anna. And now Averona has just missed the pixel timing in which Cat's now slid in towards caves, and now she's on an off angle. Never mind. Moved out towards site. Doesn't matter ultimately. 4 versus 2. Yes, Anna is low, but she's still wielding the orb. It's going to be a really difficult round, especially with that resmoke on ramp.
Yeah, that's really annoying. And now you got the double up in cave. They smoke off ramp. They block you off. And now Anna on the line. Don't expect her to miss those. And Cat's there for the wide swing. Perfectly handled from Imperial. 10-1 as we go into the final round of the half. This is DMS's map pick. Imperial with a point to prove.
These nades are doing a little bit more damage now in towards mid as well. Flashbang dodged and yeah, a Hail Mary in this fight for control. But Averona, isn't able to get the third kill, but Ulis at least runs through the smoke to trade out. So it is a player advantage here for DMS. The bomb's going to make its way all the way back through Kitsuda towards B, because that's where the space has just been gathered, with Zaz losing her life in towards cave. And Imperial have been prone to making this mid read early on.
Mid has been such a battleground this game. They will successfully find their way to B. They have to be worried about Cat. That's why they're taking their time, because she still lives. And you don't know where this AWP is at. You know Anna's alive. You see her name and you're like, okay, could be anywhere. They're allowed the plant. They've got the long position as well. So a really strong post plant. This is set for the second. Very difficult for Imperial to pull off this retake, especially as they're waylaid by the smoking cave entrance. Have to wait forever for this to fade. Finally it will, but clock is ticked significantly. Smoke on long is very good. And it's going to block off 2 players who are going to have to force their way out. But a molly comes through. The HE after. Cat can't get out. And Anna, yeah, she'll get one through the smoke, but the time's not going to be here for her. Wide swing? Okay, not going to happen. So DMS will recover with 2 at the half.
stop. We own it, we're winning every time. We own it, pushing every day and night. We own it, we don't do compromise. Yeah, yeah, we touch down every time. Every time. We touch down every time. This is our time, hit it up for the people. This is our turn to see. Gonna push it back, anybody in the league gonna stand in front of me. Oh, no, no, this is our turn to see. Gonna push it back, anybody in the league gonna stand in front of me. We own it, we're winning every time. We own it, crushing every day and night. We own it, we don't do compromise. Yeah, yeah, we touch down every time. Every time. We own it every time. Winning every time. We own it. We're winning every time. We own it. Every time. It's 2 a.m. in the morning, and your anxiety's calling. You lay in your bed, but it feels like you're falling. Do you recognize that feeling? The demons under your ceiling, when everything hurts and nothing is healing. Yeah, I don't even wanna be awake, cause every second that I live is like a wasting. Can you help me start to replace all the memories that stand in my ways? You know what I really hate the most is that happens to me is like a ghost. It's so far away, I only wanna be okay. Tell me why should I stay away? If only dreaming can erase the pain. Tell me why should I waste another minute staying in this critical phase? I'm just praying for some better days. I'm just praying for some better days. I'm just praying for some better days. Some better days. Some better days. I'm just praying for some better days.
Some close rounds in there, but Imperial ultimately always in control. 10 rounds on that CT side, and Kat is having a giggle. She just wants this map to be over and done with. DMS's map pick. They need to make sure the pistol counts.
All right, they're going to go through red. And into T, but Jamie tucks in and undetected, slides out for a kill. Tori in a long duel, very, very long, but will win it. And now, Verona is doubled up. And that suddenly slowed this one down. You know where Tori was. Now she makes her way to Temple. Zaz is slowly encroaching on Donut, and getting past two players is tricky. The Glock betrays her. DMS should be able to pick this one up. They will. Kitsuna will confirm it. Third round. And honestly, I know it looks like an intimidating scoreline, and it was, 0-9. But remember how this started? Like, the first 3, arguably 4 rounds, like, were within DMS's reach and maybe should have been theirs. So it's a lot closer than I think it looks, and there's a chance they could bring something back into this.
Wait. That Averona double kill was instant.
Just tap in.
No bomb down, full eco. They should at least give the 4th. I know Imperial are tricky on these rounds, but come on, it's just Glocks. It's not happening. Right?
No, Brandon. Normally it's me that does this, but I'm not allowing it. Oh God. They're through.
It's fine.
They're through. It's over. No, it's fine. Let's get Jamie off, but there's still 3 defenders here. Get Cena. They're really worried. that, Imperial, and rightfully so. Respect has been earned. Ulis is now in a tricky sitch, but a crossfire comes through with Averona. Oh yeah, give him the burst fire. Oh, he actually does. Amazing, amazing.
Yeah, have that FAMAS. That's smart because it just prevents an MP9 upgrade.
Where is it? Yeah, it's gone up on the roof. But she can just drop the MP9. Oh no, just keep it. Enjoy the double burst.
Yeah, that was very clean. Alright, Imperial. What have you got for us now? You've got all the weaponry. Smokes, flashes mid, full blind is jammy and goes down to 23, and Socio will just about control the spur on the MP9. Very precarious there in towards middle, and now Imperial are just out A.
It's one of those situations where I'm like, how can she even see me? She's in the smoke. The Imperial smoke in towards deep donut 2 and CT, and you've still got Zaz who hears that drop into middle, and she's going to be an absolute menace. Timing on this. Oh, she kind of gets a little too eager for that frag and is paid for it because she had a freebie on Ulis if she just maybe chilled a little.
Yeah.
I mean, she would have been spotted, I think, by the jump, so I just felt she had to shoot, but retake's now on, and it's player advantage, so she's low. Double up, looking down, but Anna doesn't even get a chance to fire. Cat fires with absolute chaos. And now Tori boosts it up, gets cleared and dealt with. Kitsuna with 3. 15 kills in her for total. And 5 on the board for DMS.
Yeah, really good retake there for DMS. Just going fast as soon as the donut smoke dissipates. Just immediately double swing temple. Flashes coming over from CT. And every fight taken, you feel in isolation by Imperial. And that Zaz sort of rush of blood to the head has actually come back to cost Imperial what would have been otherwise a completely fine afterplant. Tech 9s, pistols, deletion from both 23 and Sostia, but it's Cat now trying to follow up. The Kitsuna will step in the nick of time to bail out Jammy. Everything going according to plan now for DMS.
And is trying to do something around the smoke, but she'll get spammed out. It'll be a 4-round game. Tori can catch Averona off guard, which is a lot to ask. Then she could maybe quickly get up to B. Should be aware, but Averona's on a bit of a cheeky off angle, so I think it'd be hard to get past her. Yeah, little crouch from Averona to offset the crosshair, and yes, only losing 1 versus Tech 9 feels pretty good.
Got a game on. Anna Orp, uncontested. Kitsuna's doing a lot of good leg work with the rifles here. What's the go here in towards middle? Nothing really, just delay in the util for 23. Flash forward. Zaz actually catches herself. Now uses the cave smoke as a little bit of cover to bail out 23, and Cat just walks up ramp and hits the timing shot on Kitsuna.
Ulis will punish Zaz in the fade, but Anna with the AWP has removed the rotation, so it's fighting middle. 23 if she gets caught, which she does. Oh, Ulis needs to stay alive though. That would give DMS a good position to retake from. Instead now, Sasha is known. Cat is jiggling for this. You got Anna's AWP that can provide immediate support. Yeah, I think you're just going to save this. Retake's too tricky. Opt for the conservative approach, so that will be 11 for Imperial.
That's brutal as well, because you feel like you're just getting back into the game. You did really good ramp and lane utility to chip down both Zaz, Cat, and Anna with one single HE, and then Cat just runs up the ramp and just kills you. And you got to be feeling a little bit hard done by there. Everything was going to plan until Imperial put a little wrinkle in it. Especially with Ulis catching off Zaz. The thing is, you can prepare for Zaz as much as you can. What you can't anticipate is just the other players just swinging you on different timings and also just being aggressive. At least Kitsuna's got an AWP into this one, so she can maybe match up with Anna a little bit more steadily.
Chelsea in middle is brutal. I felt like Chelsea was a little unsupported there. Good double up in cave.
Oh.
Well, that's A open.
I was gonna say with the mid one, it's really tough where you're the second spawn coming out of middle. You're more susceptible to being caught by those flashbangs, and where I guess you get jump scared by them, even though you know they're coming. You feel like you're playing anti-flash. You don't really know what's gonna happen. Then the communication just breaks down just a little bit. This is nice from Imperial. Just a flashback in towards lane. It keeps the B players anchored and prepared. Kitsuna's having a look in towards Red Room by Heaven for Zaz. But Imperial just used this moment to drop all of their util to prevent DMS from having any source of info. The smoke breaks for Kitsuna. It's not the best break in the world, but it's one of those where you still can't see anything anyway because Imperial are giving you absolutely nothing. This will be another save, and this will be the 12.
Yeah, DMS start 3B, anticipating it's going to be a bit more presence over there, that Zaz is going to be a bit more aggressive in towards the cave, can maybe be punished. Had a really nice little bait setup in play, but it doesn't really work if you lose both your players on the other side of the map. Zaz allow them to hold onto the weapons. Looks like they might be. Imperial don't want to give over too many opportunities.
It was also ancient on the community broadcast as well, Lucy. NIP versus No Mercy. It was 4-3 at one stage, and then NIP won 13-4. So map 1 concluded over there.
All right, that's not bad for NIP. Yeah, I saw that 3-4, and I thought, oh, okay, bit of a game happening there. That was No Mercy's pick, yeah, okay. Kitsuna, the drop down, the swing out, the kill found, looking for more, it's the player behind. Tori falls, as will trade her out. Now they start to accelerate. Are you expecting Solskjaer here? Surely they'll be thorough enough, and Solskjaer trying to play the off angle, punished by Anna's AWP.
I love that from Cat. Just the slight little jiggle in at A main, just in case, just to entice someone shooting. And it just sets Anna up perfectly. 3 versus 2 a retake you absolutely have to go for, because obviously map point, well and truly on the line. There are smokes, there are kits, but only a couple of flashbangs here. Where do you lay down your utility?
Smoke can go into Donut. It'll be incredibly powerful if it does, because 2 players are stuck in there. And it's going to get on the line. Smoke won't block her view, and she doesn't miss too many shots like that. She'll take down the final with the Tech 9. And Imperial, they will get it done. It felt like it could have been a little more dominant, but once they started getting the fire onto them on that T side, they were unrelenting and take their opponent's map pick.
She's out of there. Anna's just left.
More to kill on that map, you know, and that's a massive player to be missing, because Averona and Kitsuna were there, and you need that third piece. You need everyone to be firing off if you want to take a swipe at the Queens. Imperial, a single map away from the ESL Impact LAN Finals in Dallas. If they take theirs a Mirage, they are there.
And who's going to be a nuisance on this map for Imperial apart from everyone? Zaz. And she was already being a little bit devious. Saucy actually the only player on the server to not get a multi-kill on Ancient, which I don't like saying that stat, but it's there. It's relevant. It's Averona and Sofia to help out B. And in fact, only Ulis gets the kills. And there is a multi. A 3 versus 2. There are still chances here because the rotates have come in before the bomb's even planted.
Kasuna's not seeing anything over the edge of the smoke. She'd love for a chance to a little kill, but Cat jumps back, but not going to expose herself. And now Kasuna has to move forward and immediately meets Anna's P250. Nice tap out from Jamie. Needs to find 2 more. Got the kit and the smoke, so has time to work with. Finding the 2 players, and with Cat getting this information, the kill doesn't come instantly. It's a double from Anna and some explosive entries from Imperial to get them the B bomb side.
It's interesting enough, actually, just looking more at these stats that Newt's given us. Shout out Newt, as always. Averona 6 multi-kills. For Imperial, Cat matched her. Cat got 6 multi-kills on Ancient as well. Which surprises me, considering how much influence 23 was having.
Another Cat pop off.
Meow.
Meow. That's right. You watch Pokemon?
I love Pokemon.
Yes. Pulled a shiny today. Cool.
Ooh,
Oh, like in
what?
the trading card app. Not real Pokemon cards.
I'm excited there. I was like, that's actually really difficult odds.
Yeah, no, I don't think they're that difficult on the trading card game. Got a couple. All right. How many ecos can Zaz get?
4.
I say 3. 1. 2. Oh, only 2. We're both wrong.
Meowth, that's wrong.
I was closer, I guess.
You were.
So I get like half a point
Yeah.
on our new scoreboard that I've just built. Game's over, everyone.
No, the game's not over. It's 2-0.
2-0. All right, CMS will get their guns out. Their city side on Ancient actually had a little bit of fun to it, but you know that was mostly kind of the early momentum from getting a good start. I worry with them not getting the pistol, not getting the obviously they ecoed the second. So can they slow down Imperial? That's the question.
Well, they got a good read on this. They got 3 players heading over towards A, and there were 3 smokes dropped in mid. It's a little bit of a disguise. They line up, and between Averona and Jamie, they're able to settle down this ramp pressure. Kitsuna steps in for one more, leaving Tori, the in-game leader, all alone. Bomb completely out of her possession, naded off the angle. A much better response to life once DMS are able to get the guns in play.
Yeah, the answer was they were able to slow them down very, very quickly. Good timing on that push down ramp. Imperial weren't expecting that aggression in literally the first gun round. Like, that's a really nice moment to bring that forward. Catch Imperial off guard. Put them on the back foot. Although, was that an AWP already? Wow. I swear I saw an AWP.
Yeah,
there it is. So they managed to get an AWP in round 4 after losing the first gun round. So that might catch DMS off guard.
Also indicates that Imperial are going to play a lot more defaulty. Their triple mid smokes didn't really achieve anything in terms of guaranteeing players for DMS to be in that position. So Tori actually says, Anna, let's cancel the boost just in case they go aggro in mid. That's exactly what happens. And now the AWP rings out, connects with Averona, not for the fatal blow, but it puts DMS on notice. Same with 23. She just extends a little bit out ramp. Now Averona steps in to support Jamie.
Oh, Re-smoke window. Zaz will start to get active as they look to re-establish this control. Willis is just tucked in on one side. A short play here was what DMS are hoping for, and it might just be exactly what they get because you can see Jammy is deep in Palace, so they know that even if it is A, they've got a powerful retake setup. This fight is huge. Zaz getting that kill. That's going to entice them into short. You've still got 2 players lying in wait. Kitsuna will swing out, and the timing is brilliant. The shot's even better. 3 fall to Kitsuna. Tori swaps to the orb. She's getting spammed through the smoke, and her teammate is sitting in con. Zaz needs to get something here because Tori is struggling and is somehow still able to get out of there. And in fact, Zaz will now walk through. They over-rotate, and it's given space to get the bomb down.
This now becomes really tricky because you don't have the element of surprise here if you're DMS. And Zaz is still controlling in towards jungle. Tori's moved back in towards ramp, and Zaz doesn't need to peek. She's got all the info. DMS will smoke her off, but Zaz loves to use these smokes as instruments of chaos. And we'll now go through all the timing. Every now and then, DMS needs to check behind them because Zaz will push. There is a smoke. There is a kit that can be applied. Tori takes the contact. Zaz then moves through, and Jammy looks back and isn't able to catch off Zaz. Well worked from Imperial. They're able to recover the round just like they did on Ancient.
Oh, it feels like they shouldn't have, though. They were given away into that.
Through Ulyss in ladder, to be honest. Like, I don't want to point fingers, but if you've got Jammy in Palace, if you've got all these players that are premeditating the rotate over towards B, the one thing you need to do as that ladder player, as you act as the bridge between all of these rotations, is just living.
And Kitsuna does her best to bring that back with the 3K, and from that position you feel like it is still DMS's round. But the over-rotation, Zaz just walks through. Now you're back onto pistols, and Zaz is starting to cause some headaches for you. Oh, hold up. Could get caught off here. She'll disengage. Bomb is being planted on B, so it's not too much to worry about. And now Anna's just shooting everyone from short. Cat won't even fall.
I really like watching Ulyss's player cam when she falls because she kind of gives the facial expressions of I imagine everyone on the server when you die to Imperial, you're just like, like what can you do? Realistically, what can you do? Just being destroyed. I enjoyed it when DMS took control in a round, and that was pushing ramp. That was Averona going in towards mid in that previous round as well. They can't be scared to fight.
Okay, well, Averona not afraid. No window smoke. We'll go down now. Zaz has got all the control after finding that kill. And the split of the defenders, 23, takes a moment to peek out and see if anyone's going to respond from jungle. She's not seeing anything right now.
Oh, power smoke missed.
And that's going to give 23 all the room, but she will actually go down trying to play around it. Flashbang over. Jammy stuck behind triple. And Anna, oh, what? That's crazy. I felt like she'd shot it and hit her mark, but no, Kitsuna wins that out. Kat's going to hear all these rotations. At least one of them is very loud. Zaz and Kat committing into A. The problem is Kat can't stay here because she's got the bomb.
No, Zaz's got to move. Zaz has to be the conductor here. Jammy's moved over in towards Sandwich. Zaz needs to clear this. And doesn't. So maybe you can get this trade if you're Cat, which is fantastic, but getting the rest of the pieces together is going to be really tricky, especially with Kitsuna coming over from short, an easy AWP shot to collect, and it's Jammy's reposition that wins the round for DMS.
Yeah, she was all alone over on A. If Zaz had managed to catch her out, could have been a way for them to put that round into play. I can't believe Kitsuna wins out that duel versus Anna. That really felt like it was going to go the other way, but that's the big kill because that then really scuppers the presence that Imperial have. They have to pause and try and work it back out. That's, yeah, crazy. On the slow peak and everything.
Tori relegated to a Deagle in this one. Anna could have dropped her an AK, but they obviously will prioritize Anna on the AWP. Which makes a lot of sense, considering how good she is. No mid-fights early for DMS this time. As Kitsuna gets boosted in towards ladder. And through flashbangs. Enables her to peek out. Imperial this time applying pressure to ultimately end A through 23's crawl. Oh, Jammy's not going to know what hit her. Timing. Oh, it's brutal. And Jammy's actually able to help out Averona, and Averona steps back in to deal with Cat. Just that angle management there for Imperial lacking a little bit.
Yeah, 23 thought she had the timing. Averona will take hers. Almost the quad kill, and now Zaz, final member. You know where she is, and Kitsuna will come through for her second. That one just feels a little... Well, it basically ends after 23 goes down there. She just kind of hedged her bet that no one would be Shadow kind of looking that angle, but Jamie spots her out and allows Averona to activate for 2.
That's the money gone completely now for Imperial. So DMS can equalize. This first half it is now going a lot better because they are converting the rounds that they should be. Very much like on Ancient, it won't be undone by Glocks on Mirage, you assume.
Come on, Saskia.
Bomb plant would be best case scenario. Huge nade.
Here's the multi-kill we've been waiting for. Give him to Saskia. Ulis, back off. Alright, she'll take one. No multi-kill.
What's she doing?
Shoot. Oh no, she shot like a second earlier. Well. These pistols aren't going to get anything done. The Glocks farmed up Ulis with a triple. We're tied up 4 rounds each.
No warp either, no bomb plant. To facilitate that for Anna, she loves going glass cannon AWP, but can't in this one. So Kitsuna will have free control as to what she wants to do. She's got a really advanced peek. She wants to jump out the window and then retreat in towards connector. Or she could boost up into ladder again. Okay, or short jump. So many options for the AWP.
And peer through, but the smoke. They also gaze. Double push. 23. Oh, spots her. The swing out wide and not ready for the second player there. So Averona at least gets that trade. Kitsuna had an opportunity. Goes back in and Tori punishes with a fantastic headshot. Smokes from both sides into the connector. Tori wants to walk through, as does Ulis. Who can see what? Oh, it's messy. But again, Averona always there to trade, but still, player deficit, and Zaz jumped through the window, has this locked in. And with that kill, you assume the round because Sasha, as the B player, is very far away. Gets that one, but it comes at a significant cost. And is she really going to give this a go? Surely not. Not with Jeremy's money as it is.
She can maybe go back to short and get the AWP for Kitsuna. There we go. That's a pretty decent save. There's enough money if she wants to keep the AK, but prioritizing the AWP, certainly a fine choice. Yeah, here what you've got is because Actually, I'm not really too sure because you've got the Palace players getting the trade, and then Kitsuna fights again, and it feels a little bit of an unnecessary peak to go back in towards that mid fight. If you'd lost the player on Palace, you can somewhat understand it, but because there was a guaranteed trade, it's one of those where the AWP, I think, oversteps, and then that gives all the room for Zaz to be boosted in. The double con push was a smart idea for DMS, but everyone gets a little bit lost in the source. And by leaving and vacating the A-bomb site, it just means that Zaz has got that backstab on Averona. So it all stems from just one overpeak. And that's how quickly Imperial can eat you alive.
Oops, how's it be now? And Zuna might have a little fight coming her way. Tori flash out, a lot of players to deal with. Sostia wins out that belabored duel, and there's Kitsuna chiming in with her AWP. The 2 opening kills go the way of DMS, and now Kitsuna gets back on the line. Doesn't have to worry about an opposing or peeking her angle. This round, I think, is going to depend on what Zaz gets up to. She just eats a nade under window. Just putting a bit of pressure on to try and see if maybe she can draw some eyes, but that's the bomb drop. Kitsuna's AWP sounding off. Doesn't quite hit in the second time, but asking for the flash, decides to drop down. Anna starts to activate, starts to push forward. It's only Anna, though. With so many eyes on her position, getting out is going to be impossible. A clean sheet. No one falls for DMS.
Yeah, play that really well. Just they get the double opener. Imperial are either missing the window smoke or just not throwing the window smoke to try and promote a peak from DMS. And the flashbangs are supposed to be direct counters to enable Tori to get on the line. That's a miss window smoke, okay. So a couple of missed pieces of utility, which is uncharacteristic for Imperial. And then you get these 2 opening kills, and then from there, DMS can just anchor in. Kitsuna plays really well in just getting all the information and gets set up by utility to go for these flashbang plays. A hero AK on Tori, and probably about to meet Kitsuna right here. She does. Through the wall, Sostia immediately finds the rebuttal, and that's the rifle dropped. Completely out of Imperial's hands.
Yeah, you're not expecting the Orphan apps 2 rounds in a row, and you're especially not expecting it to be that active. Nice shot from Kat. I think Sostia just typed NS in chat. Some rifles, but no armor. Soon it's on the line anyway. Expecting a wide swing over, you can see from the position she's holding. Or expecting the jump across. That works too. Nice flick, and almost the chance there onto Kat, who will drop down and be dealt with. GMS, 1 round lead to go into the final round of the half.
Looking really good on CT Mirage. Feels like everyone's a lot more in control. Surprised we've not really seen that much acceleration out of Imperial. It feels like they've just been dry fighting angles, especially extremities, a lot of this first half. But a clean double up between Kitsuna and Sostia. Not really too much to write home about here for Imperial, apart from the fact that they had a really good start. DMS have now had a better conclusion to this first half, and this could end 7-5. Especially with Tori just, again, remaining on the deagle, limited resources for Imperial in round 12.
Heavy lean to the A side after so much presence at B, but it's because Kitsuna has that deep line again in the apartments and is seeing nothing at all. The DMS, they're pushed down ramp. Ula spots Tori trying to crawl through and gets info on 2 more. Run down by Kat. Good swing to punish. Tried to drop that smoke forward. Sostia, walking through the smoke, gets caught up by Kat, who's alleviated with a massive double.
Double ramp,
Gives
though.
the lead. Oh, Averona in a dire position, still gets the kill and goes back for more. Unreasonable. Anna will get the trade, but now, as you say, you're not expecting Jammy here. No way in hell. Completely unknown, will swing out, but Zaz looks. And you feel like you've done everything right until that final moment. Kitsuna called upon to pull off the 1v2. Sees that boost up on ticket. Sendra try and flush Anna forward, expecting the swing from Zaz doesn't come. The crossfire between the two of them looks deadly. An isolated fight though, quick flick over, Zaz gets close. Kitsuna moves the smoke forward. Doesn't know Zaz's position. She's just gonna stick it. Looks from her positioning like she will. The spray comes through though. Zaz will not deny, or will deny, and it will be a 6-6 half.
DMS survived the T side of Imperial, but let's be honest, it's the CT side that really excites us. I still think back to that Furia game in Katowice and how efficient that CT side was. If DMS want to force Inferno, it's a long road ahead still.
Very much so. And yeah, odds do reflect that. T side, yeah, wasn't great on Ancient, so they're hoping they can start a little stronger. Pistol went to Imperial Valkyries. Keep that in mind. It's a 2-0 start for them, and DMS won the majority of the gun rounds. So Pistol would open up affairs nicely for them, and it's going to be a simple B hit. Going contact first. Cat's playing incredibly passive, so bomb should be planted here. There's a kit and smoke for Tori, and in fact, Cat has been isolated. And, you know, honestly... Oh, okay, never mind. Katsuna peeks in. Cat will get that kill. Bomb planted. Retake has to go through.
There's a smoke and a kit on Tori. Look at all these players rotating in from market. 3, in fact, make it a 4th. So Cat continues to be isolated. And there isn't a flashbang to get you on these angles, which you've got to swing together. Or 23 and Zaz can just do that. They keep going in towards this bomb site. There isn't a single kill back for DMS. And within a blink of an eye, Imperial just win. Wow.
Yeah, that's one way to retake. I can't believe it. They just, well, I mean, I can't believe it. It's Imperial. But
it's 23's comms from that round. Dead.
Dead. Yeah. That's 23's comms a lot of rounds, to be fair. Clean. Very clean with it. That smoke by design in short so that it kind of obscures the like pillar rather than a deep short smoke. Is that the idea? So you don't have to deal with a CT that's playing like Edward?
It's the classic McDonald's smokes that we used quite a lot in Go. And I just think it landed a little bit.
Okay.
Weirdy.
For a palace pop.
Instead, they just get popped.
Pop goes the weasel. In this case, that is Zaz. And 23, who helps out. Zaz having a good map, as we always anticipate. You kind of put her name in the lights coming into this as a player to deal with for DMS. They've tried, but she's been pretty unrelenting.
I mean this in the nicest way possible, but like she's got to be like the most horrible player to play against. Like... on that T side, she's pushed about 1,900 smokes and has got into window 4 or 5 times. And you got to keep checking your back. If Zaz is alive, you have to look over your shoulder because you never know when she's just going to appear. Such an incredible game sense. And this is now becoming a little bit obstructive. Nades break the smoke, flashbangs thrown in counter by DMS. Tori cops a couple of bullets, but it's Averone to receive the majority of the brunt. Mid control has been established, but where did DMS go from here? Oh, into Anna, apparently.
Well, 23 pushes, maybe a bit unnecessarily there, given you're in the 5-on-4.
It's similar to that, you know, double palace push from DMS, and then Kitsuna swings short. Exactly the same scenario.
And now Sosya's ready for Zaz, and Zaz was not ready for Sosya.
You'll be ready for Cat, who's now just tucked in towards Firebox. There's also Anna here in towards Ticket, so double layered, and Tori's even gambling this rotate over towards A. Everyone is in the right position here for Imperial.
You got to make these sort of calls in these moments when you're at the player deficit. Tori clears through, sees no one. Winter, Cat expecting presence everywhere. We'll first see that player crossing. Jamie removes Tori, and no one gets a frag. An opening kill for Imperial into that round, and nothing to follow.
Good entry path in from Jamie. Just goes wide, and it upsets the crosshair just enough for Cat to the point where Tori, who's already on low HP, just gets overwhelmed. Sosya uses that opportunity to swing out and deal with the Ticket player, and then Cat's revealed her position under Palace. Easy does it, and very similar to the first half. First gun round comes in for DMS, and it's a success story. That was even with the player deficit. Ouch.
Very nice blow on the smoke, and this time 23 gets the better of Ulyss on the same play. Kitsuna gets dinked down. Bomb's not even with either of these players, so Jamie, even if she gets the space here and does catch up Cat, which she will, but not before Kitsuna falls, it's not really going to matter because Zaz is pushing. Oh no, she's actually not going to keep pushing. She might have found the bomb if she did. Jamie, prolonged engagement with Anna does not favor her. And that round is very fast.
just a blow on the smoke, and it almost feels like where you've got so much utility landing in middle, DMS were just not ready for Zaz to break that smoke and just take the fight dry. And if one player was just looking at connector and not trusting the smoke, very classically, of course, it was Zaz that was by the smoke, but potentially they could have got that trade and fortunes would have turned out a little bit more favorably. Instead, it is a dink from Zaz back in jungle as well. After getting the double opener, she's doing everything in her power to make sure Imperial don't drop the ball in these crucial moments.
Yes, one a very crucial round for both teams. Money's still not great for the CTs, despite that round being fairly clean. DMS can break through. They've got themselves in a decent position to keep the ball rolling on this T side, keep this competitive. HE will go fairly deep, does a bit of damage onto Averona. Now just setting up to go A. Kitsuna moves over with her flashbangs, picks up a smoke too, so all of that will land. Smokes go forward, reposition from 23. She is alone on the site right now. Spam comes through from Anna, but 23 has no support. When does she swing? Well, actually, it's Tori just spamming through that gets the first kill. She gets spammed out in return. Now 23 activates, but Sasha with the punish. 3 on 3. And enough space for DMS to get the bomb down if they wish, but the smokes are fading. They feel they need to fight forward.
Oh. And they do. But Anna's staying alive quite smartly because, again, spoken about this. Smoke's faded, bomb not yet planted. Cat deals with Kitsuna, and that is the perfect invitation for Zaz just to creep in and take the space. Sosia removed. Jammy also.
Ooh.
Zaz is undeniable.
Really nice flick down from Zaz there, and you can't blame DMS for the pause there because the smokes do fade. They don't know that they've got that CT control because at the time, Cat wasn't there. She was still towards jungle, which was kind of mid-rotation, so there was kind of this avenue where they could have planted the bomb and scaled CT, but they weren't aware of it, decided to go for the flash forward, fight for Con. And as you say, they couldn't get Anna. They couldn't find her. And her just being alive and wasting that time allows Cat's rotation to come through. She gets hers, falls back. Zaz then activates. It all plays off each other in that moment. And now the ramifications. DMS onto pistols. And Anna can do her best Kitsuna impression.
She doesn't need an impression, Lucy.
Oh, yeah, it's, you know.
No, I know, but it's one of those.
Position.
Yeah. I was trying to make it comical because it's like,
Yeah.
she's the go. So it's going to be Cat maybe taking the first contact. This time it is a very deep short smoke, and Jamie and Ulis are going to push through, as does Cat. They meet in the smoke, and Cat will remove. That has left Anna completely isolated on site, but she doesn't mind. She can just swap to her sidearm.
Yeah, 5-7 comes out after she gets that first kill, and it is easy enough. Got slightly scary when there was some walking through smokes going on there, but Anna, cool, calm, collected. At the 11th. Ooh, and we've just had the update on the community broadcast, Brandon. That is, you'll be very happy to hear, a 2-0 victory for NIP.
Come on.
13-7 on map 2 over No Mercy. So their last game versus Eco Warriors will determine if the Ninjas will be in Dallas. Well, on the first try.
Wow, that that molly did 1 damage to Kitsuna. Felt like it landed on her. Get this angle from Tori. Preempting the jump up from Ulis, and Anna steps in towards connector. Jammy then overwhelmed by the wide swing out of Tori. Mid denied by Imperial. And Sostia now starts to feel a little bit pressure. It starts to feel uncomfortable. You need to get something, and the only thing you receive is another AWP bullet straight into the body. Kitsuna, who was mollied off at the start of the round, is now smoked off, and with 1 minute left, she's got no friends, and the bomb's all the way back in TV.
God, she's just like me for real. This is a long save. Oh, okay, well, no, it's a short death. 5 chances for Imperial to take this 2-0. And remember, this is going to be a direct qualification to Dallas. Yeah, Tories all smiles now. They're within touching distance of yet another LAN. They've been in every single one. Brandon, they've won every single one. So it feels like a formality, the qualification process for them.
Do they even need to play the online season? Like, I feel like they've done enough just to... What we should do is just remove a slot at EU and just put Imperial there. Like, they deserve it. They've won everything.
Yeah, but you know, all these other teams, they need to battle Imperial so that we can gauge how good they are. Like, we need them as the litmus test. Got double digits versus Imperial? Okay, all right. Now we're talking.
I'm waiting for the day it's... You've beaten Imperial.
It's happened, just never in an important game.
Oh, Tori.
Cheeky. Oh, punished though. Averona spins around. Crazy Tori's doing that with no support as well. Literally no one's nearby.
Oh.
And a crawl out gets a double. Anna though, with the orb in a good spot, and Cat in a better. Looking for the toes of Averona, who's got up on the box and has got away. And how is she evading all these bullets? Neorona, the way that she be dodging them. Bomb's actually getting planted.
They can win this. Anna's low HP. There aren't any nades to upset Averona. There are kits, there are smokes, sure, but getting past this crossfire is going to prove to be a little bit tricky for Imperial.
It is so low. Cat, all she needs to do is swing and find. But Averona providing the distraction. Ulis providing the kill. And Anna, this is a very tough one. She tries to get tricky with it, but Ulis is holding. Not quite done yet.
I can't believe they didn't kill Averona. The fact that they didn't kill Averona just wins the whole round for DMS. They stay alive for one more at the bare minimum. AWP now given to Kitsuna. All the purchase back in for Imperial, of course. And they'll probably play a little bit more together now they lost that round. Oh.
Zaz is waiting. Is she going to swing that? She really felt like she wanted to swing that. Patience is a virtue. Flames at her back. Kitsuna will punish. Now they can scale through. 23 was trying to deal with plays on the right side, not ready for the underpass crawl. Anna forced back by the flames. DMS doing great work here in middle. Look at all of the chip damage they are doing. In fact, that flame spreads. How does Tori die there? Anna still wants to be involved. We'll give this a go and won't be able to get it. Cat. Yeah. The 1v4. I know you're good, but I think the AWP holding onto that a little bit more valuable.
So I'm giggling because NIP tweeted my fragging in-game leader and put a photo of Vilga with her stats, and Vilga just atted me in the tweet. Brilliant. Thanks, Vilga. Love you.
Nonsense again. don't like the tweet. I like this round.
Yeah, they're just waiting for mistakes. They played it really well. Really good utility usage. Soshia's Palace lurks that have been really efficient here in this second half. Another timeout now being called by Imperial, starting to feel a little bit burdened by DMS on their T side.
You didn't say that up. You know, that hurts. Hero M4 for Cat. You're not even really going to have an open next round either. A 2,400 loss. It'd be a stretch. I guess Zaz could drop one if she... Well, yeah, Zaz or 23 might be able to drop one, but we'll see. What's Cat going to get up to?
I haven't seen any underpass pushes actually out of Imperial. Not going to get it in this round. Instead, a boost up for Cat on towards the short box. And look at how passive DMS are playing. They know the money is in tatters for Imperial. The last thing you want to do is make a mistake. They will push you, DMS say, as they drop the fake utility on A to go B. Oh, and there's the push.
Yep. Always ready for it.
Remember, that rifle is on B.
That is true. What can Cat do? Tori slides through. That hasn't connected, and the Deagle goes awry. Oh, she's just begging for any sort of frag. The reinforcements have arrived. Boosted up player spotted. 23. Disgusting shot with the dig. The Kitsuna's up. Will chime in onto Anna. Remember, there's not a kit here, but there are kills. 23 gets another, and Kitsuna swaps to the Tech 9. Where is Jamie in all of this? By her side, will swing out, and now 23, yeah, will be run down. That gets a little crazy. But it's double digits for DMS, and it's, yeah, still Imperial with, okay, they do get the AWP out. We'll come with an MP9. 2 AWPs? No. Okay, never mind. No. I just misread that for a second.
You're begging, if you're Imperial, for Tori or Cat to get a kill on B. If they get 1 kill here, it completely changes the dynamic of the round. 23 tries her damn best to make that retake happen. But it will be the natural conclusion, and it will be DMS just 2 rounds away from potentially forcing OT. A position that felt unattainable to one that potentially can be a reality. A lot of pressure on Jamie in these moments to make the right call.
Double digits versus Imperial. As soon as we're doing a lot of work, we'll maybe have a fight with Anna coming up, who is in towards short. And in fact, yeah, exactly what happens. Anna gets that first frag on Kitsuna, who's flushed out from the top boxes. Going gets tough. Send Anna to go kill.
Oh, this makes me nervous. A bit of a dodgy timing here for Averona in con, because there are going to be players, and that means you're going to overlook Tori, who gets rid of 2. 4 versus 2. Now for DMS, and Jamie can't get by Tori. It's the in-game leader doing everything for Imperial, but Soshia snaps back. This round might not be done. Has to relocate to go and get the bomb. A minute on the clock, plenty of time to work with, and Tori low.
Tori incredibly low. 19 HP. If Soshia had thrown the HE over stairs, she might have taken her down. Cat will group up with her IGL, so Soshia will have trouble isolating them, but as I say that, Tori is going to push towards Palace and leave Cat in con. So Soshia maybe has a 1v1. Scoops water a smoke, so that's been calmed over. Will she clear Cat? The left-hand side of Con needs to be ready for this position. Can't flick down. Cat removes Soshia. And Imperial, once again, have qualified for Dallas.
And it's one of those where you just completely completely expect them to do so, but DMS gave them a really tough fight on Mirage. Ancient was touch and go, but ultimately always in control for Imperial. Mirage